Hey, this is Matt once again. We're about to another video. It's another paid request. This time for Lucas. Thank you so much for that. And for those interested in requesting any type of videos, topics, reactions, commentaries, reviews, re-reviews, or have you, feel free to send it either directly to my PayPal or join my Patreon. Both links are down below in the info box. Now, Lucas wanted me to do a commentary on the film Megamind. Once I get my headphones situated. Thanks once again, Lucas. You've been very generous. I really do appreciate it. Very kind of you and everybody else out there. I'll do my best. But 3, 2, 1, pressing play. Alright, here we go. May want to make sure it was playing. We have the DreamWorks, bit of a different DreamWorks opening compared to other ones. A lot more detail on the kid, among other stuff. I don't know how often they use that DreamWorks thing. They might have done that for the transition with the sunlight, or with the sun itself. This is a trait that happens a lot in movies, more and more throughout the years, where you start with an event, and then the rest of it's a flashback until we ultimately lead up to that bit. Sonic the Hedgehog 1 did that. Even that new Uncharted movie did that. I mean, they start with a scene, and then we're going to go into what led up to that scene. So this bit here seems like the Superman bit. You're destined for something. Maybe I should have told you that before the shit hit the fan. I like a lot of stuff. He gets the short end of the shit stick. And one landed with a nice couple on a farm. Or in this case, a rich mansion. And this fucking guy screwed him over. No, he's gonna go to a fucking prison. I remember that. I do remember liking this film quite a bit. I'm not a big Will Ferrell guy, but I like the idea, the story behind this, where we're telling it from the supervillain's point of view. What if a supervillain was able to find that maybe his true purpose is really to be a hero? Just took a while for it to get there. Prisoners teaching the kid. Of course, the cops, you think, do we really want to put a baby in prison? I know we're prison, we're not known for, but I don't know, this is a bit much. Because Will Ferrell's character, much more smart and mischievous, while the Brad Pitt, he has more like Superman if he had the personality of Elvis. Well, to go from a baby to a kid and, for jail, what do you expect? And these kids being complete assholes. And they fucking have him living in the jail cell. What the hell? Like, did they even tell what was his crime they committed to be in jail? I don't think they ever showcased, like, what was his crime to belong in jail. And he's trying to do the right thing. What a dick. Put him in timeout. What a fucking dick. I'll tell you one thing, they really do make you feel bad for the guy. Him and his buddy Minion the fish. I think they did a good job animation where they made the young Megamind seem very innocent with his face and his reactions to the situations going on. Why was he put in timeout for that? They're the ones throwing and bullying him. Well, these kids deserved it. I mean, if they deserved it. That guy was a fucking dickhead. Wannabe Superman. Makes sense why the girl would fall for Megamind more than this fucking guy. But that's what I liked. I liked that what if the supervillain became a good guy and even got the Lois Lane type of girl at the end. That just felt so refreshing. Like something I haven't seen much done in other movies, animated or otherwise. Plus it does have some good musical touches. Thing AC/DC later on. Is that what's his name? Why can't I remember his name? He was J. Jonah Jameson, Spider-Man. J.K. Simmons. Is that J.K. Simmons? Yeah, it's J.K. Simmons as the warden. If you say so. Disguise generator activated. Well, there you go. But this film did not do that well when it came out. I mean, it made over $100 million. But the thing with these movies is they cost a lot of money. Like, these movies cost like over $100 million. It's this full CGI from beginning to end, so. Like I said, I don't think this was that successful, sadly. Thus, those sequels or anything in between, so, which is too bad. Now, that's Tina Fey as the non-Lois Lane, and then Jonah Hill as the cameraman, who ultimately would be our main villain later on. Roxanne, put on the red lights. Where the fuck did she go, man? Sight. That's what you get. He's good at his job. I mean, it's not can't be too bad of a time where you had George Thorogood's Bad to the Bone playing. And then we got David Cross as the voice of the fish. And his body, I believe, is based on the sci-fi film Robot Monster. Notable, was supposed to be known as one of the worst films ever made. Sci-fi film back in the day called Robot Monster. So like I said, this is like if Superman had Elvis Presley's personality. And another good song. Just littered with the... I mean, it's... The bull ratchet. I don't know if I trust anybody juggling babies, just saying. Yeah, I think they have Brad Pitt doing this. It says, too bad this film was not more popular and more successful. Did she just kiss his foot? What the fuck? I know she just kissed his foot. Teeny little bitch. He has a little bit of Jesus complex, walking on water like that. Well, they did say Superman and Jesus have a certain connection with the way they were born and stuff. Like I said, I've never been a big Will Ferrell fan. I would be lying if I said I kind of wish there was someone else voicing the person, Jim Carrey or someone of that nature. But I could deal with him in this movie. He's manageable in this movie. He is manageable. Definitely much more tolerable, I should say, is the word I'm looking for. Tolerable in this. At least for me. Because his grandiose expressions kind of fits for a villain. Plus, I like the way that the character, the way the character visually is. I like the visual design. I like the character designs. That's what I'm getting at with these. These weird, like, jellyfish mechanized things he has. I especially like the robot monster type of design with the fish in a globe thing. And of course, you have a person that has been kidnapped so many times, they're just bored with the whole thing. Like I said, what makes the work with the design is that they give Megamind such a innocent looking face from the eyes to the chin. It's still an innocent. It's still an innocent look to him, while he has much more of a brash connotation of his facial structure with wannabe Superman here. I also like the twist later on that he wasn't really dead. Brad Pitt's character faked his own death because he was tired of this and wanted to relax. He's like, I'm tired of being a hero. I'm tired of saving people. Fuck this. I have a way this deep. I'm gonna take it. Although he's a good actor because you realize he's faked it all along. This is all a trick. He really wasn't there. This is all a plan. And then you find out that his super speed, he was able to find out. Oh, it's shown later on. I don't know why I'm explaining it. He's not so predictable. Yep, there you go. Well, there you go. Of course, what more name do you need? Of course, just a death ray. What does it constitute? I don't know. But yes, it's just a death ray. Now, who's to say whether he could actually survive this or not? He could have survived this perfectly fine. Who knows? Says a lot of people's equipment that would take this fucking long. Well, he can't get out. Watch it back, it does it when you watch it back, it's like, okay, it's obvious that he's faking it. Like just how by chance and luck Copper is his. He must have seen Copper. What, he gets a penny, a whole jar of pennies, and this is his weakness. You think of all the inventions and stuff, he would have used copper before? Oh yeah, and it's like a corpse. So he faked his death, and then he throws like a fucking corpse, a skeleton. Pretty fucked up of Metro Man to do. It's also kind of interesting. You don't know it yet, but what if a villain did win? Like, what would happen next? I say it just makes it seem much more interesting and fresh, and you wonder where this is going. I think we got AC/DC playing. Oh, yep. Try hard to beat Highway to Hell with AC/DC. It hits the right notes. I mean, my favorite band, AC/DC. One of my favorite songs of theirs. Probably my top 5 favorite songs of AC/DC. Great song. Well, I don't know if it'd be top 5. It definitely top 10. Just top 5 would be like You Should Be All Night Long, Who Made Who, Hell's Bells, Back in Black. And of course, they cut out the hell because animated, they don't want to showcase hell. We showcase a guy supposedly dying and turned into a skeleton, but God forbid you use the word hell. Hey, guy been fried by the death ray of the sun and he's a skeleton? That's cool. But can't say the word hell. In other words, he doesn't know. He never planned on winning. 6. Should we multiply it by 666? Don't got that boom box. What are you, John Cusack? We got the city hall, but now what? Well, I guess truthfully it would be, well, now that you took over the city, now you take over the world. So you think that would be his next goal, but apparently not. He knew all this stuff, but he didn't know what a window is? That's a bit weird. Another great song, Crazy Train. This has like a damn good soundtrack. On a crazy train. I'm going off the rails in the crazy train. But it doesn't. Does it say like how long it's been? Has it been a few months, 1 month, a year? Wonder if they say. Maybe they say in dialogue. Hey, now that you got what do you want now? Melancholy, you meant to say. Well, I mean, that's one of those things is that you enjoy the chase so much that you miss the chase. I don't know why I like the fish, just like. And yeah, I'm surprised the idea wasn't, well, you took over the city, what about the world? What about the state? The country? Be surprised that nobody else is trying to rise up, like even a couple people. I mean, considering this guy's taking over the city, it doesn't seem like much bad is happening. You guys are still able to do the news. You weren't shut down. You're still able to have parties. People seem to be able to still go shopping. They don't. I don't know how much time has it been. Like a month, a week. Doesn't seem like been much of a slave army. The city's still intact, except maybe. See, the city back there is pretty good shape. Almost aside from a handful of places, everybody else seems in good shape and a lot more quiet too. See, if you want peace and quiet, maybe you should have Megamind. Calm down, Jonah Hill. Still super bad too. I don't say what are you doing? Do stand up, look up the guy's crotch, a statue. So they're both going up to see this big old statue thing. Great, you guys will find him and have a three-way. A three-way fandango. Meant to destroy you, didn't think it would really work. Is it really running rampant through the streets? Look at the background there. It's nice and quiet and seems pretty damn peaceful to me. Look at the background there. And that's Ben Stiller as Bernard. So the other guy who's able to work Ben Stiller's character. He's not under some slave presence. That's what I say. Where's the slavery? Where's the terrible stuff going on? Doesn't seem like much of anything terrible's going on. So it's better, you know. Damn. Oh shit. He's hydrated. We'll see you later. Well, at least Megamind was nice to have to warn her. If he was that evil, we'll just let her die. Well, there's his epiphany. Don't waste the donuts. Nice old the Karate Kid there, Mr. Miyagi. I don't know if I know that before, the Mr. Miyagi thing. So they're going to use some of his DNA to make another, put in another person and make another hero. Yeah, it's called a phone. So they just a 7.3 IMDb, so pretty high rating. So looking at the trivia, instead of voices character from within a sound booth, Brad Pitt insists on using a handheld microphone for his performance and roaming around the studio. The film's plot was based on the premise what if Lex Luthor defeated Superman. It was originally pitched as a live-action film. The film was finally released in 2018 in Japan after 7 years. It was going to be released in 2011, but was canceled due to the devastating earthquake that happened at the same time. Ben Stiller and Robert Downey Jr. were both approached for the role of Megamind, but turned down due to scheduling conflicts. Robert Downey Jr. would have been pretty damn interesting, I gotta say that. That would have been very interesting and different. Guillermo del Toro was hired as a creative consultant 3 weeks before the film completed production. He majorly assisted in editing the film to make it more exciting. Okay, is that actually true or is that bullshit? Well, Guillermo del Toro, creative consultant. Apparently that's... Okay. Yeah, creative consultant, okay. After Megamind's taken over the town, his large "No You Can't" posters, okay, I did notice that, are reference to Barack Obama's 2008 campaign posters featuring the slogan, "Yes, we can." See, I never would have understood that, so glad I read that now. Metro City is located in Michigan. Bruce Campbell was originally considered for the role of Metro Man before DreamWorks decided to cast an actor with more star power. But Bruce Campbell's face was partially used as inspiration when designing Metro Man. Yeah, I can see that, especially the chin. I mean, I think Bruce Campbell would have done a great job. And listen, would people going to watch the film because, oh, Brad Pitt is doing a voice in it? No. At least not with animated. I don't think people care about that. The film was originally titled Mastermind, but it was already trademarked by the makers of the 1970s board game and TV show Mastermind. Despite a worldwide gross of $320 million, this is one of DreamWorks Animation's lowest grossing films. That's a shame. I wonder why. I wonder why. Originally, the writers were planning to let Megamind accidentally fuse rock sand with Metroman's DNA and turn into a superhero or villain. Let's see. Several shots took over 24 hours to render, with the maximum being 50 hours for a single shot. Damn. Let's see. Yeah, sorry, I'm being silent. I'm just looking over some of this. Hmm. Hmm. Just under 100,000 storyboards were created for the film. Now, of course, this is Will Ferrell trying to do his Marlon Brando, like Superman the movie. Roger Ebert gave it 3 out of 4 stars, saying, "The setup is bright and amusing, even if it does feel recycled from bits and pieces of others, such as The Incredibles with the superpowers and Despicable Me with the villain." It cost 130 million to make. Yeah, this thing with DreamWorks, I mean, these take a lot of money and only making 300 million worldwide. It'd be lucky if it broke even. It might not even been that. Because you look at How to Train Your Dragon, that was much more successful. The Shrek movies were much more successful. Of course, among other movies. Oh yeah, he's so perfect. Well, definitely a lot more violent than so Jonah Hill's character is just melting the shit out of that fucking thing. Are you sure you want this guy? He's gonna be melting your face too, buddy. So now he's falling. So now interested to have him fall in love. And another pretty decent song on the soundtrack. So this is like the Donkey Kong type of thing. That's a cool reference. Damn, a fuck a little better than the Donkey Kong bit in Pixels. Now he wants to make them better. Well, he does want to impress the girls, so. So who is your type? Blue Man Group? But they do a nice job both in these sequences here with the... Why am I so bad thinking of these terms? Montage. Both in the montage and other stuff. But Sally, this guy picked the wrong guy. The wrong guy who has no responsibility, cares about the juvenile aspects of it all. I mean, makes me want a churro, I'll say that. I haven't had churros in a long... Probably since I was in school, way, way back in the day. I always remember enjoying churros. Again, that was the last time I had them, was back in school. I mean, that is a good joke. No, she's not going to find out. That's the point of lying. Like I say, they do a good job expressing Mega Man, yeah, Megamind's face. Well, they definitely show a sense of innocence and a sense of vulnerability on Megamind's face. And Will Ferrell and David Cross definitely, especially David Cross, definitely competent in the voice acting. And Will Ferrell, like I said, I think maybe with animation, there's certain things he had to adhere to. Maybe there's certain, I don't know, limitations, or maybe he had to be direct. Like they let him go free, but there's certain things he had to do to keep in character and not go off the rails, like Daddy's Home 2, which was the last Will Ferrell film I reviewed. Maybe just the writing here is just a bit better and a bit on par, a bit wittier compared to some of Will Ferrell's other movies. And then we got Jonah Hill, who just... God, look at that hair. What an ugly fucking mop top on his head. And you have a guy who's just completely full of himself. And of course, he assumes that her and Metro Man were a couple, and which they never were. And if that's the case, then we'll be a couple. And Jonah Hill is another guy who I've liked in the past. Superbad being one of them. I liked him in This Is the End. Wolf of Wall Street. Nowadays, I don't know what the deal is. I mean, You People was a god-awful movie, and then I see some of this other stuff where I don't know what's going on with the way he looks or his weight, and it keeps like fluctuating. He's thin, then he's fat, then he's thin, then he's fat. I'm like, what's going on? But if you want to if you want to get in shape and be thin, that's cool. But it just seems like it keeps fluctuating, and I don't know what the deal is with that. I don't know why you would think anyone would want to be tossed around, up, down, and center. You think that's a good fucking time. They definitely make this flying feel and look very smooth with all these different body positions he's showcasing. And now you're just thinking, like, if a stalker got superpowers, this is what it would be. Yeah, I'm my favorite stalker. With great power comes great responsibility, but you have a guy that doesn't give a shit about responsibility, then great power turns to great destruction. Case in point, destroying all those damn windows, pieces of glass. Yeah, being normal as long as you keep lying. Bright sing. It's been a while since I've seen this, but doesn't he like tell the truth here and our court gets shut down? Dropped like a bad habit? But like I said, I keep repeating myself, it's a shame that this film didn't do that well, because it just seems a lot more charm, fun, and wit compared to... What was that movie? The... Turning Red. God, that movie, Turning Red, which was awful. Hated that movie. And then, like, the recent Disney films, anime films, I just felt zero interest in watching. And the clips, the footage I've seen, Strange New Worlds about this other stuff, I'm like, eh. I don't know. Even films like Wreck-It Ralph, I didn't mind it. Like, I had fun with it, but I would say I like this film more than Wreck-It Ralph, and that was a massive hit and got a sequel. So yeah, Megamind didn't do it on purpose. It was an accident, of course. That's a bit 10-4 no. What the hell's turning on the stuff? Oh, it's the rain. Oh yeah, the rain. Okay. Blame it on the rain. Yeah, yeah. Because this is where she tells, like, why would I ever want you, that type of thing. That's okay. Tell him how you really feel. That's what I said. That's why I commend both the animators and Will Ferrell, because that's another thing I appreciate Will Ferrell doing, is that there are moments where he could just calm down and play the scene like it is. Like this bit here, where the animators make his eyes so big, so sad, crestfallen. Just let the scene breathe. Not to push a joke in forcefully, but just let the scene breathe. And then you have that look back, like some kind of, not guilt, but some kind of thought bubble pushing upon Tina Fey's head. Then Megamind. Not Mega Man, Megamind going, this is all for naught. All sorts of stuff. This is like, okay, you want me to be evil? I'll be as evil as can be. It is a nice looking cloak, I'll give you that. Definitely sells the evil persona. I don't know, with his head behind is like a peacock ready to fly. And of course, yeah, AC/DC. Could go wrong with that. Yeah, I know the song Back to Black is overused a lot, but I love the song. Again, I love AC/DC, I love the song. So, I'm still a sucker for it being used. Of course, Jonah Hill doesn't really give a shit about this. And he does not care at all about this. Even the whole crowd got bored and left. Now everybody left. It's not even destroying a lot of stuff. He stole that money too. Well, not just a city. With that type of power couple, you could rule the world. Just like you did. So now he's trying to piss him off on purpose. But what he doesn't realize is that this guy doesn't want to play by the rules. He wants to melt your face off. So that's the thing. What if you have a Superman that doesn't have his morals? Then you have shit creek without a paddle, and yeah, even more deadly villain. What if you have a Superman that was willing to kill? I just Zod, really. Zod and Superman 2 and Man of Steel. So it'd be like Zod. Pretty dangerous guy. But the actresses are pretty well done with the way they move the camera. They really keep things going. Like this whole thing here, like seeing all the cityscape, like every pass of the camera, you got how many cars are in each alley, each street, all the details. Like the stuff people probably wouldn't notice, like the people on the street. Who's running, who's staring, who's standing, who's falling. All these little details, like on the ground, are, for the most part, you think, okay, people just, the audience is going to concentrate on our hero and villain. They're not going to concentrate on stuff below, but how's the debris? How's this other stuff going? Every particle of dust and sand, every rock, everything. And again, this guy doesn't care about jail. He's going to kill you. So that's the thing about Megamind, is that throughout the film you're seeing that he doesn't really like violence against people. That he's more likely never, well, other than supposedly Metro Man, but he's never killed or hurt anybody else. That actually he's against that, or at least hates that. Well, this guy don't give a fuck. Yeah, Megamind was surprised that he killed the guy. Well, this guy don't give a fuck. Oh yeah, this is copper, right? But it goes right through. This is where it gets into. Wait a minute. If you're not affected by it, then what the hell? How the hell did Metro Man die? It's like, wait a minute. So copper don't do shit. So that's the first really big clue as to the twist. You don't care about being a hero. Only this guy is definitely going to show much more terror. And that's what I mean is that there are moments where Will Ferrell can just not turn on the "I'm crazy, I'm being goofy and silly" phase. So in this moment here, let me be serious and sincere. And I think that's another reason why Will Ferrell is a much more tolerable in this. There's a lot of moments of reprieve from Will's, and real enough, this is actually one of his more subtle roles, comedy wise. I think she meant you apologizing to her. Oh yeah, okay. I remember. There's a great reveal where he just comes in and like brushing his teeth or something, or eating. I think he's eating or something. There he is, eating. There's your twist. He was never dead. It was me, Austin. It was me all along. See how now this is destroying a city. Very different from Megamind. And you realize like Brad Pitt's not in this film a whole lot. There's the one scene where he's pretending to be Elvis and then he's caught. And then this scene here. And I think then later on where he says like a couple sentences. So well, there's a super speed, yeah. Well, there you go. Yeah, you did have a choice. Why'd you get the fuck out of here? Yep, lie my ass off. Jesus. Can't sing for shit. This is where animation works well. The fact that all this stuff being smashed on and there's just no reaction just makes that scene a lot funnier. That's a bit of a weird line reading. I don't know if she would ever say gold gangster on him. Well, I mean, lady, you pretty much told him that same thing, so why should you be surprised that he thinks that way? I'm not the hero, I don't save the day, I don't get the girl. Oh yeah, that's right, he does turn himself in. Well, there you go. Just like, this is where you want me, here you go. And I guess that was the purpose, that you see the lack of destruction Megamind would do, because then you see the opposite of this. 10 times worse what this tight-lipped asshole would do. Oh, cry mop top. And also is a nice change of pace from how bored she is before to how scared she is now. Sorry, I'm just listening to a dialogue, so apologize for that. Yeah, it's nice to have Will Ferrell be a bit serious. We're gonna die. What? Yes, it has a nice it has a nice story, a nice heart to it. Doesn't overstay its welcome because we're getting to the finale of it all. I think within 10-15 minutes we'll be having the end credits. So doesn't overstay its welcome. Pretty short. trying to remember what this song is. Is it... I know it's a song I love. Is it what I think it is? There is a Queen of England douchebag. Okay, yeah. Welcome to the jungle. Of course. Again, pretty damn good soundtrack. You got Guns N' Roses, Ozzy Osbourne, and AC/DC. Kind of hard to go wrong with that. But again, it's hard to complain when you got an action scene to Welcome to the Jungle playing. Again, kind of hard to complain about that. I know it doesn't play through the whole scene, but at least a little bit. Which I remember was featured in the Dirty Harry film, the Deadpool, and also the trailer to that. A lot of massive destruction going on there. And all the debris, all the rubble to be animated piece by piece. Does take a lot of money to do it. Pretty well animated. So I already assume that, because I know this is I know that's not really Metro Man. So that's Megamind. So did Megamind save her? Did Megamind save her? And then, or are we led to believe that this whole bit was the fish guy? So yeah, that's the yeah. I guess fight smarter and not harder. Oh, he said it wrong. Didn't say Metro City. Only one guy screws up dialogue like that. So the whole presentation thing, that was the one guy doing it. Minion. Unless when he landed, switch places. Yeah, so I'm not saying that. I'm just getting involved with the whole sequence of events here. Yeah, I'm surprised you survived that punch. Of course, gotta warm up. Why would it not? So now we get to the beginning of the movie. Again, like a lot of these movies where in Sound the Hedgehog 1, Uncharted, and other films. I know there's a time period where it felt like every other movie did that and kind of got old quick. That trope. Ooh. Up your nose with a rubber hose. There you go, you fat frumpy of a man. Just put in some water, you'll be fine. Or, I don't know, make sushi out of them. Whatever your preference. Yeah, it's true. I mean, all the people that treated him shit throughout the years, that will be used to that. Just all those machines fix this place real quick. Speed of the soundtrack, now you got Michael Jackson. I mean, think about that. Michael Jackson, AC/DC, Guns N' Roses, and Ozzy Osbourne on the same soundtrack. Pretty damn good. The city definitely forgave him pretty quickly enough for killing their hero. I know some people mentioned Despicable Me. I would say I like this more than Despicable Me. I will say I'm a bit surprised they used Michael Jackson bad considering everything that happens, what he was accused of, the fact they put him in there. But I'm glad they did. And because you have a lot of people that worked on this, going to have about 9 minutes of credits. And that's why these films cost so much, is they have so many animators and things of that nature just concentrating all this stuff. But yeah, overall, still a fun movie, still an entertaining film. Still too bad that the film didn't do well. Deserved a better fate. I would say definitely deserved a better fate than it got. But nice to revisit this again, thanks to Lucas. Thank you so much for that. Take care, everyone. We'll see you guys later. Bye bye.